Hello, good evening, and a warm welcome to all of you in today's webinar. We will allow a couple of minutes to all the participants to join in and settle down, and then we'll get started with today's session. In the meantime, there are a few things that I would want to discuss, but before that, I will take few seconds to check on the live stream because I believe most of you would like to have the recording of today's session, and for that, it is important that our live stream should be working fine. So allow me a few seconds to check on that, then I'll be get back with you. Perfect. So I've checked the live stream is working fine, and that is where one important aspect or point, which I believe is already clear to you, that you will all get the recording of today's session. But any which ways, because we get this question so many times, so that's why I thought of answering it already. And that is, yes, we will be providing you the live stream or recording of today's session, and you will get that on the email ID that you have used to join today's session. In addition to that, if you want, I can also share the link of the recording, and I will do that towards the end of the session. I will provide you a link of today's recording, webinar's recording, as well as a few other tutorial resources, which I believe will be important for you. So that was one point I wanted to discuss before we get started with today's session. The second point is, how are we going to do our interaction? Because for sure you will have questions. How will you get answers to your question? So for that, you have to use a tool that is called Q&A. So if you look down below in your navigation bar, if you're on a smartphone, then go to navigation, and that's where you will find a tool which has a question mark on it, and Q&A is written underneath it. So that is for asking questions. So if you have any question that you want me or Mukesh ji, who is a few official, he is also joining us here today. So if you want either me or him to answer that question, please do add that in Q&A, and I keep that Q&A panel open on the other monitor. So if it is possible for me to answer that question right away, I will do that. If it is not possible, then we will take that up towards the end of the session, where we break into the question answer round. So that is about questions, and I will strongly recommend or request everyone that you should please add your question in Q&A. Don't add it in the chat, because you can already see there are a lot of chat messages there, and there's a possibility that your question might get missed out, right? So just please add that in the Q&A. I can see there are a few participants who have raised their hands, or they're using the raise hand feature to raise their hand. Please add your question in the Q&A, and we'll try to answer that. Unfortunately, this is not a Zoom format wherein we can just allow you to unmute your mic and ask your question. So please do add. If you want to ask us a question, please do add that in the Q&A. Now, regarding the chat, I can see the few participants who have started sharing their details, and this is very wonderful. This is a networking opportunity. You should not miss out. And sorry, I have a bad throat, so please bear with me in today's session. All right. So I can share, I can see the participants who are sharing introduction about themselves, and it is a good practice, because you must have heard of this phrase. It is very common and popular that your network is your net worth. And it is important for all of us to expand or grow our network. And these kind of opportunities, wherein there are so many wonderful business owners who are around us, we should be networking with them. And that's where use the chat to do that. Share a little information about yourself, and when you're doing that, a recommendation or suggestion from my side: what is your name, uh, what is the company name, the contact details, but before that, what product or services you deal in, the contact detail, and if you have a website, please include that. And if you have a requirement, please also include that, because what we have seen in few of our sessions, that one of the participants in the chat, they shared their requirement that I am looking for. Do you have anyone who can be providing? And there was a supplier in the audience, and they were in fact were able to get on a transaction as well, right? So it is an opportunity. God knows you may be able to also crack a deal in today's session. Do that. So let's begin. Let's get started. But before that, a quick introduction about myself. My name is Adnan. I'm Director SME Commerce Growth at Global Inker. My functional or my focus area at Global Inker is, of course, digital commerce, but we also conduct a lot of training sessions and webinars, because in today's day and age, technology is no longer the challenge. There's so much technology. There are so many solutions. Solutions. There are that many solutions that even tech enthusiasts like me, we are not able to keep a track of them. So what is happening? There are so many solutions to our problems which are available, but because we don't know, we don't understand how to use them, how to leverage them, that's where we are lacking behind, and that's where we are not able to achieve whatever we have dreamt of. And that's where we try to contribute as much as possible by conducting training sessions, webinars, workshops. And I had the wonderful opportunity of conducting and sharing a little bit of knowledge with about 12,000 business owners in various countries. And I had personally conducted more than 500 such sessions in different countries. So that is a quick introduction about myself. I am also joined here today by two FIO officials. They are associated with the Federation of All India Export Organization, which is a premier export promotion body by the Government of India. So Mukesh ji and Manoj ji, a warm welcome to both of you.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon. And good afternoon to all participants.
Thank you, Mukesh. So this is where I am now going to start sharing my screen, and we will proceed ahead with today's discussion. And I will try to be as detailed as possible, and as a habit, and this is something that you have to bear with, I will try to share a little bit of unwanted knowledge and wisdom with you, but you may find it useful. I'll try to avoid doing that as much as possible, but anything which I believe is important, I'll still try to share it with you. You may find it a little uh, over the top, but that's where I think it may benefit some of the participants who may not be as tech savvy as I am or as we are. All right, so this is where let's get started. Let's begin. So I am not going to take your time with a presentation. I have just 3 slides, and then we'll go through the live session. We'll try to understand how you are going to generate business through Indian Business Portal. And as I am starting to share my screen, there's a very interesting thing that I would want to share with you. So, few months back, I think, or I think somewhere last year, I was conducting these kind of webinars, and that's where I created an online store to demonstrate like how the online store setup works and how the products are uploaded. And I used that store. Typically, whenever I create a store, so it is not like I'm just creating it and then we'll delete it. I try to use it across multiple sessions, and in each webinar, whenever I'm interacting, I try to demonstrate one capability and one feature set is used. So right, so that was fairly completed online store, so where it had proper logo, banner, content, product content, etc. Now, why am I sharing all that with you? Because on that store, and that is not even a actual or even a real business, it is a hypothetical business that I created with imaginary content and imaginary products. And I receive inquiries on that, business inquiries from genuine businesses. So, why am I sharing this with you? Because what I've realized that if you set it up properly, if you have done it properly, then the possibility that you will not get some business out of it. The magnitude may vary, right? So someone may get one, someone may get 100. The magnitude may vary because there are different categories, there are different type of product, there are different types of demands, etc. So the magnitude may vary, but if you have done it right, you will certainly grow your business, right? So that's where I'm very, very confident about that. You have to just ensure that you have done it right, and that's where we are here to help and guide you. In fact, even after this session, if you need any guidance, you are more than welcome to connect with me. We have a help desk team. If you face any issues, any challenges, please do feel free to reach out at that. But you have to ensure that you're doing it right. All right. So let's begin our session today, and I've started sharing my screen. Can someone from the audience confirm that you're able to see the screen? Just type chat in the chat, type yes. I can see Kunal has typed yes. Perfect. So there are so many participants who are confirming. Thank you all. Thanks for letting me know that you're all able to see the screen. In case you're not able to see the screen, there may be two reasons. One is the internet speed, which is mostly the culprit. The second is the Zoom application, whether you're doing it on your smartphone. It typically happens with the smartphone. So just ensure that your Zoom application is updated, because in past it has happened with one of our members, and when we connected with them and investigated, the Zoom application was outdated, and that's why the screen share was not visible. So just ensure that, and that should solve the problem. All right. So firstly, I'm going to take you through 3 slides of presentation just to help you understand about Indian Business Portal, and then we'll move on to the live discussion, because I understand all of you are here to understand how are you going to connect with foreign buyers to grow your export business. But before that, let's have a little bit of understanding, slightly tiny bit of understanding about Indian Business Portal as well. So what is Indian Business Portal? So Indian Business Portal is a platform which is jointly created by the Federation of All India Export Organization, FIO, which is an apex export promotion body by the government of India, and Global Linker, which I represent. In my name tag also, you must be seeing Global Linker. So it is a digitization ecosystem which helps MSMEs in creating their digital presence, and more precisely adopting digital ways of doing business, that is selling digitally. So we help MSMEs globally in creating their digital presence, and then you leveraging or using that to grow their business, because in today's day and age, digital is the way forward, and we had been hearing this term quite frequently, and it is actually happening in reality as well. So it is not like it is just some philosophical thing which is happening. It is actually happening. There are market researches which have been done to actually assess the impact. And if you search Google, if you Google, you'll be able to find those kind of researches wherein the shift is happening, and the shift is quite significant, wherein a significant portion of the B2B buying globally, almost 49%, is now happening digitally. Yes, it is happening, but when it comes to MSMEs, they are significantly disadvantaged because of their small size, lack of technical know-how, whatever the reason may be. They are lagging behind, and they are the most important component and constituent of any economy globally. So that's where Global Linker helps them in establishing their digital presence and growing it. And we have collaborated with the Federation of All India Export Organizations to help Indian exporters in growing their business. And each exporter, when you are joining Indian Business Portal, you create your own digital presence, and you become part of Indian Business Portal, or you start showcasing your listings on Indian Business Portal. Now, very quickly, what is the objective of, or what are the objectives of Indian Business Portal? There are two objectives. The first one is to help each and every one of you with your own digital presence. Now, very honestly, tell me, you must be knowing at least one or two. I know a lot, but you must be knowing at least one or two good exporters that you know personally, and they don't have any digital presence. And when I say digital presence, it again, the term has different interpretations. So that's where it sometimes becomes confusing. But just to simplify that, they don't even have an email ID. Forget about having a website or having some sort of presence on the internet. They don't even have an email ID. You must be knowing those kind of exporters. Now, that is unfortunately a big problem for us as a country, because, as I told you, there is already a lot of discovery, a lot of research which is happening online. Now, if you are not there on the internet, no one can find you, no one can read about you, and no one can do business with you. And that is where it is important that all of you create your own digital presence in form of your own websites and online stores. So that is one objective. Now, I understand that this term digital presence had been exploited so extensively that all of us have started having different imaginations of it. So I'm going to switch my screen very quickly and I'm going to show you a few examples so that you're able to relate to it. So there are a few examples. I'm not going to take you all through all of them. That will not be a very wise use of your time. So this is an example of a digital presence that is created by a exporter like you on the platform. So this is from a business that is into manufacturing and export of equipments which is used for sports institutions, stadiums, etc. Right? So lawn movers and ground rollers, etc. So this is their own digital presence, right? So this is not like you have created a profile on a particular platform. No, this is their own personal digital presence, and any business that is interested to do business with them, any international buyer, they can come and they can express their desire. They can send them a lead or send them an inquiry that we are interested to buy this particular product, and then they can connect with them, understand the requirement, and then take the discussion forward or take the transaction forward. There's another example of a business that is into match manufacturing and export. There's another business that is into leather products. And this is from the engineering side because in one of my previous webinar, a question was related to engineering products. So I'm just sharing the example already. So this is a business, a exporter similar to you that is into engineering product, and this is their online store that we are looking at. There are so many examples, but this is one flavor or one use case. There may be exporters who want to sell their products to international buyers who want to retail their products in smaller quantities. So this is an exporter, and that is a natural beauty products brand. So that caters to domestic as well as international buyers. So international buyers can very conveniently come to their online store and they can place an order. So this is uh, where they are not generating inquiries or getting inquiries. This is where they are receiving orders from the retail customers. Now, very common question related to this, which gets asked, is the pricing is in INR. How will the customer sitting in US will buy it? So very quickly, I'm going to take a few seconds of yours, and I'm going to show you how this page appears to a buyer on in US. So here we have seen the page. The price is 669 for a 20-gram pack or uh, jar of this product. And I think this is a face wash, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is a face wash. So this is, yeah, it is loading. And here you can see it is for $9.40. So this is how a customer sitting in US is going to see this product. So these kind of features which are required for exporting globally, those kind of features are already available on the platform and you can leverage them. There is a few more examples that I've opened here. These are merchant exporter because that is also a common question in our webinars that we are a merchant exporter. So how will we create our online store? Because we deal in a very broad spectrum of products. So this is where you can see there is again a very broad spectrum of products from basmati rice to coffee beans to mosquito coils to chemicals to PVC flooring, milk powder, whatnot. So this is one example. This is another example. They also deal in very broad spectrum of products. So all you have to do is to put all of them on. So here you can see on the online store on the website that you'll be creating, and then everything that you have added here will get linked with Indian Business Portal. So I hope and believe that now you all have a better understanding about what digital presence are we talking about. Now there are few common questions or few repeated questions that get asked in almost every webinar. So I'll try to answer them related to this digital presence. One question is what are the charges? It is absolutely free as a DIY do it yourself platform. The basic version is absolutely free. So there is a base version that all of you can use to create your online store and list product on Indian Business Portal. All those features are available. There are certain premium features if you want to use those premium features. So I showed you that automatic currency change feature. It is a premium feature. So if you want to use that feature, you'll have to upgrade to premium plan. Otherwise, you can continue to use the base version. It is absolutely free. The second question is related to the domain. So can we use our own domain? Yes, you can do that. This is where you can see worldclasstraders.in, or this is HK Online. So if you have your own domain, you can certainly take this online store live on your own domain. Now, related to the setup, etc. Sometimes people ask us that we don't have enough time, or we don't have a proficient team that can do it. So is there an agency, or is there anyone we can hire on who can create it for one-time cost? Yes, that service is available. And from where can you avail that service? I'll also show you when we go to Indian Business Portal. Now, the second objective of Indian Business Portal is obviously to present all of you and your offerings in front of international buyers, and that is done on Indian Business Portal. So this is where I believe we have done or we have discussed enough about Indian Business Portal, and all of you must be having slightly better understanding about Indian Business Portal. So this is where I'm going to minimize this presentation, and we will now go to Indian Business Portal. So let me minimize this, and I'm going to switch my tab, and we will go to Indian Business Portal. This is Indian Business Portal that you're seeing on your screen, and there's a live solution. I'm not showing you any work in progress solution. This is something that you can open right now as well. You can just type indianbusinessportal.in, or you can search for Indian Business Portal, and this website will open up. Now, the objective or the main agenda for today's discussion is how are you going to connect with foreign buyers on Indian Business Portal, obviously to grow your business. Now, there are broadly two processes through which you can do business on Indian Business Portal. What are those two processes? The first one is what you are seeing on the top of your screen, post buying request. Now you must be thinking, buying request, we are sellers. So what is the relationship with us? We are not going to post the buying request. Yes, you are right. You are not going to post the buying request. It is posted by the international buyers, by the importers, and those buying requests are displayed here. This is where buyers looking for. You can see there are a few requests which are visible here. I would advise that all of you should click here, view all, and it will take you to the next page where you can see all the other requests which are there. So this is where you can see. Now, these requests are typically listed for a duration of 1 week. So this is where you can see the older request, and we don't uh, display all the historic requests here because that will be a counter utilization or unproductive, because that will unnecessarily make the website slow. So I think only 80 recent requests are displayed here, and all the historic ones are archived. So that is why you only see few requests here. And these requests are, again, a lot of requests are received, but FIO's team puts in effort to validate those requests, to do a due diligence, and then after doing the due diligence, then only those requests are displayed. There are certain requests where the payment was in kind, etc. So FIO teams does those due diligence, and then once the all that is finalized, then only the relevant new requests are displayed here. Because a lot of time people ask us like, why so less requests? Because there is already a layer of filtration which is done, so that only the filtered out requests are displayed here. All right. Now, a quick note on overall what is happening here. So, a international buyer came to Indian Business Portal, or they directly reached FIO if they are familiar with FIO, or they reached out to an Indian embassy in their country and expressed their interest. That is what we are interested to import from India. And then the Indian embassy connected that international buyer with FIO, because FIO is the apex export promotion body. So that is how we FIO contacted them, and then they understood their requirement. So whatever the channel may be, all the international buyers requirement, after curation and filtration, they are displayed here. Now the request is displayed. What next? So as a exporter, as a supplier, you are going to review these requests and then you are going to submit your requisition, submit your response. Now, once the responses are submitted and the duration is over, that is where the request gets closed and FIO's team will then review those requests. Again, the second round of filtration happens. And if any exporter has not provided all their information, so the FIO's team will reach out to them and ask them for the additional information. And once all the information is curated, then it is shared with international buyer. Then the international buyer reviews them and then they decide to connect or to choose with which Indian exporter they are going to do the business. Now, there can be a scenario wherein the international buyer has taken the decision and they decide to directly reach out to you, or they will share the list with FIO, and which also happens quite frequently, wherein they will ask FIO to schedule meeting with X number of exporter. Obviously, it will not be a joint session; it will be one-on-one session. Those will be excluded, but that is coordinated by FIO. So FIO will be coordinating all those meetings, or they will ask FIO that please ask these exporters to connect with us. So in that case, FIO will be sharing the international buyer's contact details with you and asking you to contact them directly to discuss about the requirement. So that is another scenario. So it is up to the international buyer to choose whether to contact you directly or to ask FIO to schedule a meeting or to ask FIO to ask you to contact them, right? So entirely up to them how they are deciding to proceed ahead with the discussion with respect to their requirement, right? Now, what is the timeline that we are looking at here? So, firstly, the lead is live for 7 days. After that, again, 4 5 days goes or around a week goes in curating those responses. Then those are shared with international buyer who will again take about 1 or 2 weeks to review those. So on a broader scale, you should imagine 4 to 5 weeks as the broader timeline for the RFQs. All right. So that is the process. Now, the submission is very, very simple, but there are observations that I would want to share with you. So the first observation is related to the requirement itself. It has been observed by the FIO's team when they are curating the responses that exporters don't go through the requirement thoroughly and they just blindly submit the response. There has been instances wherein a particular exporter was shortlisted by the international buyer, and when FIO's team approached them to schedule the meeting, that is where it was realized that that particular exporter did not even export that product. And it was obviously a very embarrassing situation for all of us as a country that we were not able to fulfill. And obviously, the situation was handled, but those kind of instances should be avoided. So it is important that you review the requirement very, very thoroughly. And still, if you have a question, firstly, you will see here there's a lot of information available here. But still, if you are not clear, you have questions, please ask those questions. How are you going to ask those questions? You can ask those questions using an email ID. It is there in the footer. I will show you from where you can find it. Otherwise, I am going to this where you can see the email ID is there. It is ibp@fio.org. I'm going to share that in the chat as well. Allow me a few seconds to do that. I've done that. So it is there in the email. All of you can copy that. Otherwise, you know from where you can find it. So if you have questions, the point which I was saying to you, that if you have questions, then please ask your question, drop an email on this email ID, which I've just shared in the chat, and get a response. Get the clarification. Don't submit the response without understanding the requirement. All right. So that is first observation. The second observation, and I will also quickly take you through what all fields are here. So you have email, company name, mobile number, your IC code, whether you are a manufacturer or exporter. You have to upload your factory license or MSME certificate. You have to upload your IEC. You have to upload your RCMC certificate, which can be from FIO or any other export promotion council. And if you're already listed on Indian Business Portal, yes, and the online store's link, then experience and have you exported to this particular country and what are your capabilities. So the second observation that I would want to share with you is around these two questions, this question and this one, the two questions. The other questions are informative, and all of you, each and every one of you will have that information. So how is the international buyer going to choose or do the selection? For that, these two questions are there. So this is where whenever you are submitting your response, be more descriptive, be more detailed, rather than just typing yes. And this is what we have actually seen, that in this question where you are required to share your experience, some people have just written yes, yes, that's it. Now, how are you expecting to get the business from international buyer but just typing three letters there? Obviously not. He or she is not going to choose you because you haven't given them any reason to choose you. The rest of the information is available for each and every one of them, right? So this is where you have to be descriptive. You have to be detailed with your response. Try to share your experience. And in case you are a startup, you are a new business, you don't have a lot of experience, then share with them what is the thing that you are bringing on the table. What is the speciality that you are bringing on the table? There should be something unique that is there that you are bringing on the table, and that's why they should do business with you. This is like a very honest question someone has asked you: why should I do business with you and not with the other person? And you will certainly give a response. That's what you have to add here. So this is one. And the second area is capabilities. Again, whatever is your capabilities, what is the specialities, etc., add those. Be descriptive in your responses, in both the responses. And in case you're feeling confused or you're not feeling very confident because your English is not very sharp, use AI. There are a lot of AI tools which are available. Use them. You can even dictate to them in Hindi and it will translate and it will convert that into a perfect, crisp, engaging English paragraph that you input here, right? So you don't have any excuse left. You have to do it. And please ensure that you are adding a descriptive response, you are adding more detail. This is where, again, you don't have to add a very long details. One or two paragraphs will suffice, but those should be convincing enough to give a reason for to the international buyer to choose you, right? So these are the two observations I wanted to share with you. Now, very quick recap of the request for quotation feature. This feature is used by international buyers to share their requirement. They are expressing that this is what I want to import from India. If you happen to be exporter of this product, please do let me know. That's what you have to do here. So you have to express your interest. Yes, we can supply this product in the quantities or the product that you're looking at. That is what you are expected to do here. So every requirement is valid for 7 days. So as an exporter, I would recommend that you should be spending about 1 day, 1 minute of your times and reviewing this section. Although once you get listed on Indian Business Portal, you'll get an email update whenever the new request for quotation is posted. You will get an email update. I am also going to share with you a link of a WhatsApp group that we have created. Although the objective of that group is to provide help and support so that tomorrow, if any one of you needs help or support, you can drop a message. Many of our colleagues are there in that group, and anyone will reach out to you and we will provide the assistance. But in that group also, we post whenever a new RFQ is received. So that will also be a good thing to have because you'll get an update there as well. So please keep an eye on this section and try to get listed on Indian Business Portal as soon as possible so that you keep getting update. Now, very curiously, someone has asked me this question like, you're a fairly tech advanced company and you have built solutions in India and so many countries. Why are you still using Google Forms? Why haven't you built a capability here? The answer is all those capabilities are actually built and they are put on hold because PO wants to extend this opportunity to all of you who are still not listed on Indian Business Portal. Otherwise, the moment we go live with those capabilities, only the businesses that are listed on Indian Business Portal, they'll be able to submit their response, and you'll not be able to do that. So to help you uh, with the opportunity, that's why FIO has deliberately tried to keep it open. Otherwise, the capability is already there. It can be made live any moment, but FIO wants to include all of you and extend the opportunity to all of you. That is why it is still working on Google Form. All right, so this is one way in which you'll be doing business on Indian Business Portal. The second way, or the second method, or the second process through which you will be doing business on Indian Business Portal is wherein the international buyer is contacting you directly. And let's see if there's a product here which we can see. Let's open this particular product. So just imagine that I am an international buyer and I'm looking for this Bandhani sari. So as a international buyer, I'll come here, I can review the product. It looks very, very nice, and I will be tempted to do something, and that is I would want to understand more about this business, what type of other products this particular business is offering. Can I do that on Indian Business Portal? Yes, absolutely, I can do that. This is where you can see there is this name of the supplier. It is there for a purpose. So the international buyer can click on it and it takes them to the profile. So all of you will have your own personal profile on Indian Business Portal. This is the profile of this particular exporter. And you can see the first page they land on is the display of all the products that are there in their catalog. So this is where you can see all the different products. Now, from an international buyer's perspective, I like that product, and that's why I'm researching more. And the next obvious thing that I want to do is to look at what other products they are offering. Obviously, I will not just be buying one product, I'll be buying more from them. So that is where you can see all the different offerings are there. So from an international buyer's perspective, I can see the various products they are offering. Now, once I've seen the other products, which are also very, very nice, I would be tempted to understand more about this business. And that is where we have the About section also available here. That's where, as an international buyer, if I want to understand more about this business other than the products, that information is also available on my fingertips. So I can very conveniently come here and I can review this information. And once I'm feeling confident, I like their product, I understand about this business, and I can also see their certification. This is where you can see I've added a certification. Let me see if I can show you another example. This is a business which has added multiple certifications, three, four of them. So they are all visible here. So I can be more confident about this business that it is a genuine business. And then I can proceed ahead to connect with them, and there are multiple options which are available for me to connect with this Indian exporter. But before I explain that, because we had been discussing about all these options which are available as part of the importer's discovery journey or importer's transaction journey, so why have we done that? There is a very, very important point that I would want to highlight, and I'm just sharing that because every week I come across hundreds of profiles and online stores of exporters like you. And there are issues which I notice, and those are common issues. Those are oversights because of ignorance. And I don't want any of you to make that mistake. And the mistake is that they are overly focused on the product and not sharing enough about the business itself. There should be a equilibrium, and obviously it is not possible because obviously you have many products and you'll have more information about that, but there should be enough information on your website about you, about your organization, to present yourself as a trustworthy, as a genuine organization, right? How will someone believe you have fantastic, phenomenal product? That how can someone believe that you are a genuine organization? You have to provide the information. They will not imagine, right? So magically they'll not get the wisdom that you are a genuine organization. They should do business with you confidently. That does not happen. So you have to help them out by creating pages, right? So create those pages about us, about our team, about our history. case studies if they are available, right? So that information is important. You must have seen those information in large companies' website, despite the fact that they have huge marketing budgets and they have great brand recall. Still, those kind of organizations have that information. So why not yours? You have to build that credibility. You have to build that trust, right? So that is where create that information. This is another unwanted suggestion that I'm giving to you, but this is extremely, extremely important. And if I have to just share it with you very simply in one sentence. So when you're looking at this entire problem of scaling up your business or growing it digitally, just break it down into two boxes. One is discoverability box and second is credibility box. And this credibility box is often overlooked, and that's why I'm talking to you. Don't overlook it. Discoverability is important. Discoverability will help you get the customer onto your website, or the customer will discover you. How they are discovering, whether on your online store, whether they are discovering on Indian Business Portal or on Google, they are discovering you somewhere on the internet. But when they have discovered you, how confidently they can move to the next step, whether that can be placing order or that can be sending you an inquiry, right? So how confidently they can move to that step. What have you done to make that happen? That is the credibility challenge. And that is where the more content that you will create on your website and the more content that you'll provide to a potential customer, you are just helping them out and you are helping yourself, because they will feel more confident and they will move ahead to the next step and to do business with you. All right. So coming back to our discussion. So this is where we have understood there are different pieces of information which are strategically put to help international buyer in moving ahead with the journey. So they have liked this product, they like this business's products, and they have read the information, they have gone through the certificates, and they are confident now. Now, how that business or how that international buyer is going to connect with you. So for that, they have multiple options. The most popular one is request meeting, which you can see here on the top itself. So similar to how we are meeting today, they will be scheduling a meeting with you. And this is where, if I was in your place, I will have a lot of anxiety and a lot of questions. Okay, they can schedule a meeting with me. How will I know? That is an obvious question comes to mind. How will I know they are scheduling a meeting with me? Wonderful. International buyer is scheduling a meeting with me. Great. How will I know when the meeting is? So for that, whenever an international buyer will schedule a meeting with you, you'll get an email update. So keep an eye on that. But more importantly, we are going to add it to a section. So every one of you will have a control panel like this. And if you go to customers, no, sorry, it is in apps and plugins and my meetings. So this is where you will have the entire list here. On the top, you have the options to specify your working hours. So if you're working Monday to Friday, or if you have a weekly off, and what are the timings? So you can put it here and you will see the proposed meetings. So upcoming meetings, today's meetings, all that is scheduled here. But more importantly, whenever an international buyer is trying to schedule a meeting, they're proposing a meeting. I would want to meet you at this time. Are you available? That is what they are asking. In case you're available, you can proceed ahead. You can do the meeting. In case you're not available, you can propose an alternate time. But you will get an email update whenever a meeting is scheduled, and you will see it here, right? So try to have a look at this section, because we tend to, in today's day and age, it is very, very easy to miss an email. So keep an eye on this section. So whenever you're starting the day, just have a look at this section. It will hardly take a minute. All right. So that is one of the most common methods here. Now, the second common method is contact seller. This is the option. Now, using the contact seller, they are sharing their own contact information. This is my name, this is my designation, this is the company, these are the contact details. So they're sharing all that information. And you will get an email update that a international buyer or a potential buyer has reached out to you, and these are their details. Again, there is a possibility that we may miss out on the emails. So again, it looks like we have lost the opportunity. Not really, because that information is also logged, or it is also stored in the control panel. That is why we are giving you a feature rich control panel, because you can use these features to overcome those instances. So if you go to customers and you go to contact us messages, this is where you'll see all the messages. Why they are not visible here? Because this is a dummy store. This is a demonstration store. All right. So that is why they are not there. So this is one method. This is second method. The last one is visit store. So they can use this option and they can go to the online store that you have created. This is the online store of this particular business. And for sure, you must have added your contact information. That is your email ID and phone number. So they can reach out to you directly on these contact details as well. So in case you get a lead or inquiry on the phone or email, you can imagine it has come from Indian Business Portal. So this is how you are going to do business or connect with the international buyers on Indian Business Portal. Before we conclude this session, I can imagine that many of you are also interested to understand how can you list your products on Indian Business Portal. For that, I'm going to very quickly show you the entire journey. So what you have to do is you have to come to Indian Business Portal, and here you will see there is this option, which is register as Indian exporter. Now, I have personally seen that there are many exporters who are just Googling FIO Global Linker. I'm not sure why they are doing it. And then they are going to FIO Global Linker, and that is where they're creating a catalog store. And because catalog stores can't be linked with Indian Business Portal, they are not able to achieve the objective that you're trying to achieve. So there is one mistake which I will share with you that you should not be doing. But let's quickly understand the journey. So you have to come to Indian Business Portal. This is the place from where you should be starting the process. And here you will see register as Indian exporter. You have to click on that, which will open this page. On this page, you will see there are two options with the same message, create your catalog. Click on that. And it will open another page where you'll see there is a video that we have embedded. Please do watch this video. If you don't have time, you are in a hurry, then I would advise that you can at least keep this video open on the other tab and other browser window, so that at any given point in time, if you get confused, you can refer to this video. I'm going to explain the rest of the journey using this video. So this is the place from where we open this video. So just input your name, email ID, create a password, do the OTP verification. After that, GST verification, input your company location, name and location, select the industry type, and then type of operations you are involved in. And here on this page, although by default it takes you to this window, but I have seen people are closing this window and they are straight away going here. This is where I am not sure how it is visible, but you can see products. They are going there and uploading the product. If you do this, you will not be able to list on Indian Business Portal, because this is only for listing products on your profile. This is where you are not creating an online store. And if you are not creating an online store, you'll not be able to showcase your offering on Indian Business Portal. So please don't do this mistake of closing this overlay and just uploading the products here. Uh, there are a few more steps. You should proceed ahead. So on this screen, there are three simple questions that we have to answer. What is the main purpose, B2B, B2C, how many products you would like to upload, and would you like to have the minimum order quantity feature? Then you'll have to select a design template. If you don't like it, you can change it at any given point in time. So you're not getting married to a design template. It can be changed at any given point in time. And it is, in fact, a best practice also. Every 12 months, you should be giving a new look and feel to your online store, and changing the design template is the easiest way to do that, which will bring, so once you have chosen a design template, it will bring you to the last overlay. This is where you have to review the store name. Store name in most cases is the business name, but in case you are operating a popular brand and you want to create the store in the name of the brand, Adidas is my brand name, so you would be creating the store in the name of Adidas. So like that, you can create that. And then you have store URL. So this, where this box may be empty, it may not have anything, or it may have 16-digit code like you're seeing here. So if the code is written, select that code and delete it and type your business name without space or any special character. Or if it is empty, then type your business name without space or any special character. I'm going to fast forward the video a little bit so that I can show you. So this is where you can see Reliable Fashion Enterprises is the business name, Reliable Fashion Enterprises. I've written here, but there's no space or special character, and it is all small case. So you can use all the alphabets A to Z. You can use all the numbers 0 to 9, and other than numbers and alphabet, no other special character is permitted. But what are we doing here? So we are giving a name to or giving a URL using which people will be able to access our website. So very quickly, if I take you to the examples which I was showing to you earlier, and I think we should use this example. So this is bhaviapexindustries.linker.store. So this is what we are specifying here. So if you type bhaviapexindustries.linker.store, this website opens up. So that's what we are doing here. Now that leads to the counter question that can we take it live on our domain? Yes, certainly you can do that. And this is where you can see HK Online or cvengineeringworks.com. So it is entirely your decision. If you want to continue using Linker.store, you can do that. If you want to take it live on your own domain, you can also do that. In fact, we will help you out because it is not a very, very technical process, but it is slightly technical process, and many of you may feel little overwhelmed. So reach out to us. Our team, one of our colleague will connect with you, and it is a process which will take about 10-15 minutes, and we will help you out with the process. So yes, you can take your online store live on your own domain, but that also leads to a curious question, and that has been asked quite often from me, and that is related to Linker.store. Why are you giving your own domain to us? What is the reason? What is the agenda behind it? So the reason is to make this journey as convenient as possible. Imagine if I've asked you to point the DNS of your domain to our server, or point the A record of the DNS of your domain to the server of ours. How many of you would have understood that, or how many would have been able to act on that? So it would have become very complicated, and we didn't want it that to happen. So that's why this, and another reason, and which is an important one as well, and that is to provide you a sustainable digital presence. And sustainability, we are not talking about environmental sustainability, we are talking about long term sustainability. So, if you are someone who has created a website or you operates a website, you are familiar that there are multiple cost heads associated with this venture. You have to renew the domains, you have to renew the SSLs, and I'm talking about the DV positive DV SSLs, not the wildcard one, which typically cost few thousand every year. And then you have to renew the hosting, then you have to renew the AMCs, etc. every year. And after some time, the versions change, and then you have to get the website redone, upgraded to a newer version. So there are a lot of cost heads which are associated, and because of that, a lot of MSMEs shy away from creating their digital presence, and that's where we try to contribute. So if you're using Linker.store, you don't have to worry about domain renewal, you don't have to worry about SSL, you don't have to worry about hosting. And by the way, we are hosted on a PCI DSS certified infrastructure. That means we are allowed to store even the financial information. So we can even store your card information. Our structure, our infrastructure is so safe, but we don't do that. But you're getting hosted on a safe infrastructure, and the platform is so simple that anyone and everyone, even a school student, is able to use it. So that is how we are also ensuring that all of you are getting a sustainable digital presence. All right. So lastly, you have to click on create your store, which will close the overlay, and you will see this blue button. And if you click on it, you will see that there were 4 steps. You have done 3 of them. There's one last step that you have to do, and which, if you click on it, straight away takes you to the product upload interface. The process of product upload is explained in this video in great detail, so I'm not going to spend your valuable time there. You can certainly review the video, but there's 1 or 2 things that I would want to highlight. The first one is related to GI product. There's also a common question: what is GI? So GI is Geographic Indication of India. These are the specialty products that we have. Uh, like geographic indication of India. So these are the specialty products. They can be across agriculture, foodstuff, handicraft, etc., or they can be from specific location. In fact, the product that we were looking at earlier, I think we may have closed it. Let's open that product once again. Yeah, let's open this one only. right? So this is a Orissa GI products. This is where you can see you have GI Semplum here, and this is Orissa Patchitra, which is the GI for this particular product. So you can highlight your product as a GI product. And in case you are dealing in the GI product, you have to specify or you have to tick on this option that it is a GI product. Now the layout has been changed. The functionality remains the same. The layout has slightly changed. So instead of a tick, you have a slider, you have to switch it on. And then in the GI category and subcategory, you have to select an appropriate category, subcategory, and you have to upload the certificate. It has to be a GI certificate. Once you have uploaded that, then your product will also carry the GI product emblem. The second point that I would want to highlight or share with you is about the category mapping. So this is where you can see category and subcategory. A lot of people curiously ask me, why are you making us do this? So this category mapping is done to ensure that your products are appearing at the right place. So one of the way using which an international buyer can review your offering on Indian Business Portal is going through this categories. So for example, you are someone who deals in, let's say, sugar, right? So it is important for you that your product should be showcased here. So because the international buyer will simply come here and they will click on the sugar category and they will see the products of the exporters who are exporting sugar, right? So it is your duty and responsibility that your product should be visible here. It may be up and down, but it should be there. If you're not here, you're losing out on the action. Now, how will you ensure that your products are visible at the right place? This is where you have to select the category and you have to select the subcategory. Very simply, you can do that. But again, if you are getting confused, if you have any challenge, please do let us know. I will share my email ID. I will also share the email ID of our help desk. So you can reach out to our help desk and we will guide you in which category you have to select. So I will skip the rest of the journey, of the rest of the product upload process because it is explained in the video in great detail. So let's skip that and we will just understand the last step. So once you have uploaded one product, minimum is one, you can upload the remaining ones later. So once you have uploaded the one product, you have to click on this home shaped icon, click on that. And this is where you'll see there's a big button which says unpublished. Click on that. There will be few steps that you have to do, like adding your contact information, updating the address, etc. So once you have done, your journey will get completed. You'll start seeing the congratulatory messages, etc. So this is how easy it is to create your online store. There's no coding, nothing. You have to just feed in the information. You have to just type in the information. Now coming back, your work is not done yet. So once you have completed that journey, once you have completed that process, then after that you have to upload the remaining product. Obviously, you will be having more than one product. So you can go to the product section and here you can either product upload the product manually one by one, or you can upload them in bulk. There's a bulk option also available. You can use any of the option. Once you are done with the product upload, you can work on the store navigation setup, and you will notice, in fact, I was not able to show you, but we have embedded tutorial videos at each section. So you can review it. If you are going to set up the navigation, that is where again, you will see that we have set up or we have embedded a tutorial video. Navigation is basically the menu items that we see on the website. So here, our products, exhibitions, company profile, these are navigations. So you want to make any changes to the design theme, if you want to upload the banners, all that is done from here. These two buttons, store preview and theme. And once you are done with the setup and the beautification, giving it a presentable look and feel, and it is extremely important. I'm not sure how many of you were there when I was explaining when I started the presentation, and that's where I was sharing with you an anecdote wherein one of dummy store that I created actually received a requirement, and that is where not just the product information was added appropriately, which led to its discovery, all the other things which were there, right? So the logos, the banners, the about us page, everything was there, right? So it gave the potential buyer credibility or confidence that they reached out. So it is a very, very important aspect that, again, a lot of exporters I have seen overlook. They just believe that they have to list the products on Indian Business Portal and that is it. No, there is a website also. If you set it up properly, it will also generate business for you, and you're missing out if you're not doing that. And in fact, you saw, if I take you back to Indian Business Portal, and I was showing you product from that particular exporter, if, or let's go to this profile, the visit store option is here, right? And if you are thinking that the international buyer is not going to visit your store before reaching out to you, it is highly unlikely, right? So it is a wrong imagination that you have. They will for sure. Now, if it looks like a work in progress, you haven't done anything other than uploading the product, you're not going to get anything. Right, so please do work on the store beautification. I'm not expecting it to be the world's most beautiful website, but it should be professional looking, aesthetically decent. So once you are done, the last action item is to go to Indian Business Portal. This is where you can see there's this option, Indian Business Portal. Click on it, and it will open this page. This is a form that you have to fill in. And on this form, you have to provide certain information like your IEC code. You have to verify it, and then legal entity type, year in which you started the business, what type of exporter you are. You're a merchant exporter, manufacturer exporter, or a service provider. Are you MSME? Export turnover of last 3 years, countries you have exported to, countries you would like to export to, number of employees, license certificates. This is essential. Then advantages and innovation. This is where you have to specify why should someone do business with you. And lastly, you have to specify what type of proposals you are interested in. Lastly, you have to just click on save. Once you are done, it will bring you to the next stage, which I can't show you on this demonstration store, but I'll show it to you at another place. Just give me a quick second. So once you have filled up this form, it will take you to step number 2, and I am not sure why it is taking so long to load up. So this form is the step number 2. So on step number 2, you have to firstly review the do's and don'ts, and please do watch this video, because in this video we have explained what are the mistakes that can prevent you from being showcased on Indian Business Portal. So please do watch this video. Once you have watched this video and you have made sure that there are no mistakes, there are no issues, then you have to simply accept the terms and click on submit, and your request to showcase your offering on Indian Business Portal will be accepted, and our operations team will review it, which will take about 2 working days. And if everything is in order, your products and your business will be listed on Indian Business Portal. If there are issues, then they will reject your request, and they will also add a comment highlighting why they are rejecting the request, and then you can work on the issue or the mistake, fix it, and then submit the request back again. So this is all from my side. This is where I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and we'll break into the question answer round. And I hope you found this session informative. Before I start answering the question, I can already see there are quite a few of questions. Let me share with you the contact details and the tutorial material. So in the meantime, if you haven't already added your question in the Q&A, please do that. And in the meantime, I am going to, or in next few seconds, I'm going to share with you. Firstly, I'm going to share with you tutorial material along with the link of today's webinar's recording. And then I will share my contact details and the contact details of our help desk. So, right, so it is the first thing which I've added. So how to list on Indian Business Portal, that is the exact video I was showing you earlier. Then how to upload the products, how to upload them in bulk, how to set up navigation, and then I've given a link of our entire tutorial video playlist. And lastly, you have the link of webinars recording. In fact, I will also share it separately because many of you just wanted webinars recording. So I'm going to share that again. And now I will share the contact details. Now, in case you're not able to copy it, a lot of time, members who are joining through their smartphones, they're not able to copy it from the chat. So don't worry, I will add all this to the webinar's recording, and you can access it from here, or You have my email ID. You can just drop me an email and I will share it with you. I also mentioned that I'm going to share the link of the support group. So it is here. Is where you have the WhatsApp support group. Please do join the WhatsApp support group. At least whenever a new requisition has come, you'll keep getting an update. So this is where let's quickly go through the questions which are there. Next question, which was asked very early on, it is Global Inc. good for industrial good for finding buyers? Yes, it is. You will find a lot of suppliers, manufacturers of industrial goods. All right, so next question was also asked very early on. This is from Mr. Siddharthan. And Mr. Siddharthan, I hope you found the session informative and use or follow the steps which I've highlighted in the webinar and set up your digital presence, list your offerings on Indian Business Portal, and that should help you grow your business. Next question was quite long. I was just reading that in case you were wondering what was I doing. So I was just reading that question. That question was from Lokesh. So Lokesh ji, I will try to answer it from my perspective because I look at it from the technology perspective. So what you should be doing is you should be creating an online store for yourself, and you can do that fairly easily. And once you have created your online store, list those products on Indian Business Portal. That should give you visibility in front of international buyers. In addition to that, you can also contact your nearest few office. I believe you're from Jaipur, and there's a few office in Jaipur because I have done webinars or conferences in Jaipur, so that's why I know. So you can reach out to the few official who's there in Jaipur, and they can guide you with the other offline events or trade shows or how PO can help you in growing your business. So I think that is something that you can do. Next question is also quite long, so I'll take a few seconds to read it. And I was reading the question from Mr. Bopanna. So, Mr. Bopanna, I think because you have quite a few questions, and this is where I don't think it will be sensible for to spend everyone's time and energy there. So, I will request you if you can drop an email on ibp@fio.org. I'm also going to chat it to you through a private chat. So drop an email. I'm also chatting it in the normal chat. So just drop an email and one of the few official will guide you. So he needs guidance with one of the export requirement which is there. Next question, where this RFQ can be viewed. So go to Indian Business Portal on the homepage itself, just scroll down a little bit and you'll be able to see the RFQ. Next question is from Mr. Sumit, and he is facing a technical issue. So take admin approval. So Sumit, why it is happening? It seems that you have joined someone else's organization. So for example, if there are two organizations with the same name, then system considers that you are joining that organization, although it shows you a prompt that are you joining this organization or should I create a separate company? I think you have just joined that organization and there's some other person who has already created that account. So it is as if I signed up and joined the company, and then I will have one of my colleague join who takes care of, let's say, HR, or there's another colleague who takes care of online, and he's joining and he'll be managing the store, etc. So that's where the admin approval is required. So Sumit, what you should be doing is you should be dropping an email on our help desk. It is info@fio.org. I'm going to share the email ID with you on a personal chat. I'm also chatting it here in the regular chat. Drop an email to our help desk with the details of your business name, if possible, also a GST number, so that our team can help and guide you, and then you can segregate and remove your account, right? So you have joined someone else's business, so it can be removed. Next question is from Diksha. Wants to understand, as a merchant exporter, if a international buyer has explicitly asked for manufacturer, should we still apply? Ideally, you should not, because they have specified that they want to deal with manufacturer only. In case they have kept it open, you should. Otherwise, what will happen? It will go through the filtration process and it will get filtered out. So it will be a additional effort for PO's team to filter out, although they do that because people still apply despite the fact that it is explicitly mentioned that it is for merchant exporter or manufacturer exporter. If the international buyer hasn't specified in that case, certainly you should. Why not? Next question is from Avinash, and his question is for the premium feature, what are the costs? So, Avinash, there are different plans available, and once you have created your account, you can review the different plans, and those are again not very expensive because the primary audience that we cater to is MSME, so they are again very, very nominally priced. Next question is from Mr. Acharya, and the question is, do we need an e-commerce website to register our products on Indian Business Portal? You don't need an e-commerce website. The e-commerce was one of the flavors of it. You need an online store. You have to, all of you will have to create an online store to list your products on Indian Business Portal, because the objective is to help all of you create your own digital presence as well as visibility on Indian Business Portal. Yes, an online store has to be created by each one of you. Now, you must be thinking, if I was in your place, you must be thinking, like, you're asking us to do too much, right? We have to upload the products and all. This is for your own benefit, because if you see that business discovery was something of the past decade or so. That is where you have seen so many directory listing platform mushrooming up and all that happening. But that is not there anymore. The pattern is changing. So now a lot of discovery or the lot of research which happens is around the product. And we all are aware that AI is going to take over a lot of these mundane tasks and routine processes. So that is where the research which an AI would be doing will be more product oriented rather than business oriented. If you are the last exporter on the planet that caters or provides that product, then there is a different story. But otherwise, you have to be there out with your product information so that you can be found. So that is the reason why this is required by all of you to create your own online presence. And the better you will create, the better will be your prospects of growing and surviving the future. Next question is from Krishna and wants to have my mobile number. This is something I have stopped doing that because I had started getting too many of calls, unsolicited calls, which I could not have, which I could not personally handle. So I'll request if any one of you is in wanting to have a personal conversation with me, drop an email and I'll share my contact details with you. Right. So I'm not saying that I'm not going to contact you. I'm not going to share my contact number publicly. Drop me an email and I'll share it with you personally. All right. I'm going to share my email ID once again. All right. So I've shared my email ID. Drop me an email and I'll connect with you. Next question is from Shelly and wants to understand what are the charges and commission. So as I mentioned, it is absolutely free. There are no charges and there are no commissions. This is for your own good. If you want to use a premium feature or if you want someone to create your online store for you, so that is where you'll have to invest. Otherwise, you can do it. It is so simple, so easy. You'll be able to do it yourself. So you can get started without any charges or commissions. Uh, how can we, next question is from Anuj. How can we use this process of registration if you have missed it? So I'm not sure if you want to understand, yeah, how can we get or understand this process of registration. You have shared the tutorial video, so and the webinar recording here. Otherwise, drop an email to our help desk and we'll share all the required information with you. Next question is, as a merchant exporter, can we use the GI certificate from manufacturer? Yes, you can do that. Next question is from Raghavi. Wants to understand, can I change the company name later? Yes, you can do that. That's possible. Next question is from Mohammed Shami and wants to understand, they are already a member of PEDA and wants to understand, do we have to be a FIO member to use this portal? No, you don't have to be a member of FIO. Uh, the only requirement is a IEC certificate. So if you have an IEC, you will be able to list. Next question, anonymous attendee. I am not sure because our help desk is very efficiently managed. So the question is they were having an issue with the category and they haven't received a response. So I'm going to share with you my email ID as well as the email ID of our help desk. So please drop an email once again and apologies if we have missed it. But we will provide you the guidance. So I'm sharing both the email IDs to you. Please do forward that email once again. Next question is from Arvind. He has already started creating an account on GlobalInker. So his question is, should I stop that and create it here? No, even with your existing GlobalInker account, you'll be able to list it on Indian Business Portal. So those are different entry gates you can imagine. So you can enter from GlobalInker or you can enter from our partnership with ICICI Bank. I'm just giving an example, or from PO. So those are different entry gates. So you can enter from any entry gate and still you'll be able to list your products on Indian Business Portal. Next question is from Bipinji. SSL free for subdomain? Yes, it is free for linker.store if you're using linker.store, which I know you're not using. You're using your own domain. So that's where you will have to bear the SSL cost. Next question, anonymous attendee. Can we link our website with this? You will have to create the online store. We don't allow websites or existing websites to be listed. The reason is everyone follows their own format, and you may be displaying the information in a different way. Other person may be displaying the information in another way. So that is one reason. Other reason is, and I'm not sure if you have uh, seen that, but there are a lot of features which are built into the platform. So, for example, international buyer schedules a meeting. How will you know? On the control panel, they sends you a message, contact us message. How will you know if you are just linking your website just for the sake of displaying the products? You will be missing out on a lot of action if you're doing that. There are certain features, certain capabilities which are required, and more importantly, from a platform's perspective, the uh, aesthetic presentation will be missed out if that kind of information is not presented properly. So that is where it is important. Next question is from Bipinji. Can a farmer join without GST? So they can create an account, they can even create an online store, but they'll not be able to publish it because GST is required for publishing your online store. So Anmolji, I think this is the same question related to the herbal product category. So Anmolji, I've shared my contact details. I'll do that once again. So if you can please send the email once again to the help desk and we'll guide you with the required category. Next question is from Mihir. If my products are listed on Global Linker, are all? No, they are not. Both are different channels. So you will have to, on the control panel, you'll have to go and do the listing process for Indian Business Portal as well, individually in each product. Sure. So there's a member who's asking to send the webinar recording. We do that by default. So the email ID that you have used to join today's session, we will be sharing it on that email ID. Next question is related to pharma customers. If your question is, can we list pharma products? Yes, certainly you can do that. If your question is for getting a list of pharma customers, we don't share the importers' information. We are bound by the privacy rules and regulations, so we can't do that. And you should also not be utilizing that practice because understand conventionally it has been a common practice that we send out unsolicited emails, but understand from the receiver's perspective, every day you're receiving so many unsolicited emails, it is very, very annoying. So a better way is to bring them to you using the resources that you're already having by using your online store and investing on digital advertising, search engine optimization. That's how you will be able to bring them to you who has a requirement, and then you can reach out to them. Otherwise, you can also use AI for uh, prospecting, and through that, you can do that. That's where you will be uh, doing a much richer analysis using the AI. But again, I will not advise uh, using too much of unsolicited emails. Next question, courier and payment is compulsory to add. No, it is not for a B2B business. If you're adding a B2C, then it is. Next question is from Siddharth. Mukeshji, Manojji, this is where I will need your help. So this is from Siddharthan, and he has mentioned about RBSM.
Sir, reverse buyer sell meeting. He is talking about. Suppose that yeah, one thing is here. He may visit website FIO.org. International and domestic event is there. So he may check there. Otherwise, he may drop one mail to us. I will check and share details. Which suppose in future which event we are going to organize.
Sure. I hope Siddharthan's question is answered. Next question is from Rahul. Wants to understand they have RCMC. So if there's a organization from where they can get buyers, I am not aware. Mukeshji, are you aware? They
Sir, in case he is a member of FIO, yeah, suppose that he may contact our nearest office, which is located nearest to his residence, and drop mail to them. And they, in case they are sending same mail to us, I will check. In case any buyer's detail will be available with us, of course, we will share with him.
All right. So Rahul, that's where you have the answer. So you have to connect with the nearest FIO office, or you can reach out to ibp@fio.org. And if there is a buyer information available, they'll be able to share with you. Next question is from Jayendra. Is RCMC must for Indian Business Portal? No, it is not. is must for listing. Next question is related to our IBP WhatsApp group. Yes, we will accept the request towards the end of the day. So if any one of you has submitted your request, wait till end of the day. We will accept it, because there are a lot of requests that come during the day. So we just do it towards the end of the day before logging off. Next question is from Abdul Rahim. Can we sell marble handicraft products on Indian Business Portal? Yes, certainly you can do that. Next question is from Divya. So Divya's question is regarding the documentation. So for creating your online store and listing on Indian Business Portal, there are only two requirements. One is IC, second is GST. Now, with respect to export, each country may have their own regulations related to products. So if that is there, those will be required. But other than that, there are no other requirements. Marble category is certainly there, because I know of a seller based out of Rajasthan who is into marble idols, and they are listed up. So you may have missed that category, but it is certainly there. A lot of repeated questions. I'm going to skip them. Next question is from Raghavi. Her question is, can we create the store before getting the IC? Yes, you can create the store once you have the IC, then you can list it on Indian Business, or list your products on Indian Business Portal. All right, so again, few repeated question. Next question is Gaurav Aryas, and this is where again I'll request for help from Mukeshji. So Mukeshji, his question is FIO license enough for different food products, or APEDA and Spiceboard's license is also required?
Sir, for his information, FIO deals in multi-product. It's all depend on him. In case he is merchant exporter, yeah, few are simply will be sufficient for him for each and every sector.
Sure. Next question is from Vivek. His question is this only for bulk exporter or small B2C retail can also happen? Yes, certainly it can happen. In fact, I'm not sure if you were there. Towards the start of the session, I've shown a B2C exporter example as well. Next question is from Mr. Singh. His question is how genuine are the inquiries which are there on Indian Business Portal? So, as I mentioned earlier, that FIO's team puts in an effort to review the RFQs which are received, do a level of due diligence, and then post them on Indian Business Portal. But we always recommend that you should be doing your own due diligence before getting into any transaction, whether it is through RFQ or you're getting a direct contact from an international buyer. Please do your due diligence and then only connect with the international buyer. Next question is how to yeah, add feature of get quotation file listing my products for B2B. So, Shelly, I think this is where you want to give the option wherein prospective buyers can get quotations from you, right? If I'm understanding is correct, yes, that is a feature. That is also a premium feature. So you can upgrade your plan and then you can use that feature. Next question is from Malika Arjun. Question is from where I can get the information about the foreign exhibitions that FIO is planning. Mukeshji, would you like to answer that?
Yes, yes, sir. Suppose that he may visit our website fio.org, and continuously we are posting whatever event you are going to organize in future. International event list is there. Just click and find out who is dealing in this meeting, we mean seminar, event, exhibition. Each and every information available at our website. In case further any issue, he may draft mail to us at ibp@fio.org.
Sure. So, Mr. Manjunathan, I believe you have the clarity. You can visit FIO's website, fio.org, and that's where you will find the information about the international exhibitions. All right, I think this is it. That was the last question. No, there's one last question from Kunal Jain. What will be the premium plan? So there are different plans. I think the basic one is free, and after that it is about 1,000 or something. So there are different plans. I don't remember them offhand, but they are fairly economical. You can sign up and you can review it. But I would like to clarify that for creating your online store or listing on Indian Business Portal, none of the premium features are required, right? In fact, I shared with you that I created a dummy store, and on that also I received a genuine buyer requirement, and it was also created on the basic plan. It was not on a premium plan, right? So you don't actually need, unless you need those features, unless you want to use those features, certainly go ahead. But don't think that on the free plan you'll not be able to do that. You will be able to do everything on the free plan, like listing on Indian Business Portal, creating an online store, publishing it. You'll be able to do that. You'll be able to do most of the things. There's only the premium features, the specific features. If you want to use only, then you'll have to upgrade. All right. So I think this is it. That was the last question, and we have overshot our time by half an hour as well. So this is where I think we should conclude this session. Thank you, Mukeshji and Manojji,
Thank
for
you, sir. Thank you for
making out
your
time.
valuable time. Thank you, sir. Valuable
Thank you,
time. Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye bye.
Bye
Thanks.
bye.